Greetings and salutations, fellow Christmas trees. It is I, Eric J. Chuckie, joined as always by the boy.
Hey.
This is the Two Nerds Podcast, and I am decorated from bow to top, as I am a Christmas tree. This episode is neither recorded nor taking place during Christmas.
He's just committed to being weird about this. So, this is the second of a two-part podcast where we are reviewing every movie that we watched in 2015, based on a list that we both keep of the movies we watched. If you want a more thorough summary, go to the first one in this series, or just the first one of this two-parter. In any case,
it's not a difficult concept. There's a bunch of little movie reviews.
Yep. There you go. Next up.
22nd movie I saw in 2015 was Jurassic World 2015. My quote was, Tostito Don.
Tostito Don. Same. I also watched Jurassic World because we saw it in the theater together, and it was, you created a monster. Monster is a relative term. To a canary, a cat is a monster. We're just used to being the cat.
If y'all hear a weird noise in the background, I think it's a cicada.
Yeah.
I love those.
He's a new guest.
He's the
ninth nerd. Moving on.
I think we need to reset the nerd number. Anyway, I didn't care for this movie. There's parts of it that were cool or funny, but overall, I just didn't care for this movie. There wasn't... The only person to root for was Chris Pratt.
And Chris Pratt was delivering not the worst performance of his career.
It's just really bland.
Just the most... The least Chris Pratt performance of his career.
Sure. And also, I wasn't rooting for Chris Pratt's character, John Dinosaurman. I was rooting for Chris Pratt, the actor whom I like, as Star-Lord.
I'm glad he's getting work, you say to yourself as you watch this movie.
Yeah. Everybody else in this movie was unlikable and cruel, except for Jimmy Buffett, who just wanted to drink his margaritas.
Yeah.
And the dinosaurs were all right, I guess.
Yeah, know? Samsung Wireless presents the Indominus Rex.
Yeah. That was the next one. That one was good.
No.
That was the first one. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. The next one has a better joke, and we'll get there.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. It was a film. I've lost my page here. Oh, I watched Sliding Doors. Did you watch Sliding Doors? I don't think so. Oh, no, you're all the way into July. Holy shit. Yeah, Sliding Doors is a decent movie. I chose the quote, "Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition," which is a quote originally from Sliding Doors.
Yeah, of course. I've actually seen Sliding Doors. I just must have seen it either before or after this.
Oh, ages before we started making lists.
Okay, sure.
We all watched it together, but you were not.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah, it was fun. Fun little romantic comedy. Interesting philosophy behind things. Downside, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow's fine. Look. As an actress, she's fine. She's fine in the Marvel movies. She's fine in this. She's a psycho, but that's unrelated to her career.
Is it?
That's a fair point.
Wow, what a jump. I didn't watch a movie for a whole dang month. We'll go to you now, buddy.
I watched Road to Paloma, 2014. I don't regret what I did. Not one bit. I regret what I lost. This is a movie Jason Momoa, I believe. I know he directed it, and he stars in it. I don't know if he wrote it. I don't remember. But it's really good. It has a very sad ending. That's kind of a spoiler, but if you're watching the movie, you start to figure that out way before the end of the movie. It is the story of the end of the... It's not about the end of the Wild West, because it's set in modern day, but in a way... Modern day, I know.
I heard Martin Day.
Martin Day. But it's set in the modern day. He rides a motorcycle, not a horse, but in a big way, it's about the end of that sort of story for at least one man. And it's a good movie. It's well made. It's well shot. It's got nice visuals. It's just kind of got a really sad ending.
Well, I mean, it is about the end of the Wild West, so...
Yeah. Oh, still me?
Still you, my guy.
Still me. All right, number 21, The Expendables 3. Stop mumbling. I love these movies.
I need to sit down and watch them at some point. They look like they'd be a lot of fun.
They are goofy bullshit in the best way. I got nothing else to say about it.
Is that Dolph Lundgren?
That's Dolph Lundgren.
All right.
He's one of the main characters in all of them.
I thought so. He looks weird with a headband. We are back to me now. I watched, for the first time, believe it or not, The Lost Boys from 1987. I'm looking for Batman number 14. That's a very serious book, my man. This is a classic of...
This was the first time you watched The Lost Boys? That's astonishing, given who you are as a person.
What y'all have to remember is that, for a number of reasons, it's not like there's just one. I had a very sheltered childhood. I didn't see a horror movie until I was in high school. And, I probably have ADHD, so sitting down and watching movies is difficult for me. So it's not like I can just sit and catch up.
That will become more obvious as these lists continue.
Yeah, it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. But, yeah, a lot of what I started doing in this year was just, catching up on old films that I'd meant to see.
This was on my list. Just getting it done.
Yeah, just actually going through the list. I liked this a lot. I thought it was really cool and fun. It's not anything, mind-blowing. It's just good.
No, it's just a good vampire movie.
Yeah, it's just a good vampire movie. Now... You want to talk about mind-blowing and groundbreaking and interesting. My 25th movie was Pontypool. The quote I chose was, "Kill me." I cannot share too much about this movie without giving it away, especially because I'm 5 years removed from watching it, so I forget what order the details get delivered in. But it is a ridiculously interesting take on the zombie genre.
Really?
Ridiculously interesting. And the acting is incredible.
That's high praise right there.
Yeah, I would recommend this movie to anyone who is cool to watch a zombie movie at all.
Nice. So it's not even inaccessible to the general sort of population. I find a lot of high concept takes on stuff can be a little inaccessible.
It does a really good job of explaining what's going on. And especially, in 2015, the premise was culturally appropriate. In 2020, we only understand it better.
Fair enough.
I would definitely recommend this. It's got a very similar vibe in 2015 that Dawn of the Dead had back when it first premiered.
Oh, all right. Nice.
It constructs a really great narrative. So, yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Am I caught up with you yet? No, not quite, my friend. Again, watching old movies that I'd been recommended. Reanimator for the first time. Who's going to believe a talking head? Get a job in a sideshow. I liked it. It was good. This is not, mind-blowing.
That's perhaps the least surprising sentence you've said in many, many months.
It was very well done.
I like the movie Reanimator. Noted author Eric J. Chucking. Fucking really? Hold me down with a feather.
I was watching an episode of Beard Bros recently, and Gerard and Alex were talking about how they liked The Godfather 3, and Brett mentioned he was staying quiet because he didn't care for the movie, and he didn't want to ruffle any, feathers. Mm-hmm. And they were like, dude, you are in the majority. You will not be ruffling anything. That is not a bold statement to say you didn't like The Godfather 3. So, yeah, similar energy there. It was a big day watching movies. I watched The Warriors. The quote I chose was, "Can you dig it?" I did not care for it.
Which is so weird because this is hailed as a really formative movie for a lot of stuff in cinema, and it's got big pop culture impact, huge pop culture impact. But I haven't seen it. If I've seen it at all, it's been so long that I don't remember it.
Well, this is 1979. Let me take a look here. We're going to Google things with me. Okay, 1962. I was looking when Lawrence of Arabia came out. Another long movie where not much of anything happens.
Oof.
That is heralded and Kumard as very, very good.
Fucking Lawrence of Arabia taking some shrapnel here on the Warriors.
Well, time has not been kind to it. I'm a Star Wars guy. Well, look, fucking... But, for a 70s movie that, would trip my trigger, it's more action-packed. There's one lull in Star Wars, in A New Hope.
It is a brain-melting wall.
It is a brick wall. But that's it. In The Warriors, it's like almost all lull. Now, is it like visually evocative? Yeah. Are the different gangs interesting? Hell yeah. But they don't explore them. It's kind of like
They're
Aquaman.
fun outfits.
Yeah. It's like the Aquaman movie with all the different races, and I'm like, that's really interesting.
Tell me, by the end, the Warriors, do they rule the sea? That's a lot of delay. I really wasn't expecting.
I mean, it's the Odyssey.
Kind of, then.
So, yeah.
Fair enough.
It was just it was slow-paced and boring. Like, there were performances in it that were really good. I don't have to tell you that, but it just didn't live up to the hype. Whatever. All right, now, we both watched the movie together.
Yes, in our, at the time, because of someone we lived with, yearly marathon of all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies in order.
Is that or Harry Potter?
I like these movies, but boy howdy, have I seen them a fucking lot. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. So what now, Jack Sparrow? Are we to be two immortals locked in epic combat, knocked in epic battle till judgment day and trumpets sound? Or you could surrender. By the way, I think I did the exact same quote the time before this.
I actually must not have seen that one with yous.
No, you missed it.
I did.
Then, Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. It's a mythological creature. I can cause it what I want.
Man, how much I've adopted that mentality into my adulthood. My quote I chose was, "I am the sea." It's like wielding the sea.
Yeah, he wields the sea.
We've talked about these movies in past versions of this podcast, so it's whatever.
Then you also missed the third in the marathon.
Yeah, I guess so.
Which was Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End, Hoist the Colors. It's a good movie. It's a good climax. If you look at it as one big-ass movie, this is the third act. And then Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. This is like the end of the extended edition of the last Lord of the Rings movie, where we've had the climax and we've had the conclusion, and oh god, there's more movie. Why is there more movie? That aside, I don't hate this movie at all. Oh, you've got a knife. That's very good. Better. I want one of those. He had a leg full of booze. It was great.
Okay. I watched Conan the Barbarian, the 1982 one. This You Can Trust.
That's a good line.
I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. His performance in this is batshit.
Dude, the whole movie's batshit.
It is, but like literally, if you had just slotted a different actor in there, it would have been so much more serious. Oh, I mean, it probably has to do with direction too, but I loved it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, because even if you'd slotted a different actor in there, Mufasa still would have turned into a giant snake.
And that was awesome.
It was awesome, but not serious.
Yeah.
He had a big old snake face for part of it.
Man, maybe I need to watch more stupid schlocky 80s movies. God.
Oh, I love this movie. Please never misunderstand. Conan the Barbarian
I'm just sitting here thinking about all the awesome stuff in this and Red Sonja and going, what am I doing with my life?
I think the Jason Momoa version of Conan the Barbarian is better.
Oh,
by
vastly
leaps
superior.
and bounds.
Yeah, I agree. But the 80s one's good too. I watched a movie called Nightbreed for my 30th film. Came out in 1990. Everything is true. God's an astronaut, Oz is over the rainbow, and Midian is where the monsters live. Not only was this a fun, weird, being as it's 1990, still very 1980s feeling, like horror adventure movie, but man, the philosophy they espouse is like, I feel that shit. It's good. I would recommend it. I dug it a lot. It was Cronenberg and Clive Barker, so what more do you want?
I have nothing to say because I haven't seen the movie.
You should watch it.
Fair enough. Next movie I watched was Ant-Man. I just ruined the moment, didn't I?
I also watched The Ant-Man. Hope you don't catch him.
Michael Pena is the star of this movie. I don't care what anyone else says.
He's super fun. I'm glad he's got a role.
This is a good movie. This is, like, they're not the worst movies in the MCU, But they're the fun movies of the MCU. They're the popcorniest popcorn flicks of the MCU.
They feel the least important.
Yeah, they lift right out.
But they're fun, and they're funny.
Yeah, they're fun and funny and good.
Yeah, I like them a lot. Let's see here. You watch... Oh.
I watched... Ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, we've talked about my Jason Statham movie addiction before. This is another entry into that grand journey. 2007's War. Does Jenny know? I'm the man of my house, Tom. I don't have to hide things from my wife. I won't tell her. I appreciate it.
The picture you've chosen is Jason Statham and his partner's mutual choking fetish.
Hey, you know what? Whatever makes the world turn.
Yeah. He's into it.
In my like I've mentioned before, I like to pick pictures that go that coincide with the text I pick. So if you put that conversation in that scene, I think it works well.
I think it does too. I'm for it. We watched Fury Road again
because it's that good. Do you have it?
And mine this time was Witness Me, although I believe it was a different Witness Me from yours.
I believe it is.
Man, this scene in All the Blue. Ugh, this movie.
It's such a good scene. It's like the central premise of the movie boiled down to like 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. Okay. Did we both watch Age of Ultron again?
We did.
Super did. A quote I still use to help people out today. The thing isn't beautiful because it lasts.
Mine was, really? That's it? You just roll over and show your belly every time somebody snarls? Only when I've created a murder bot!
Hell yeah, Captain EO!
Yeah, we were on a Disney vacation in October of 2015, and therefore we were able to witness the glory that is Captain EO in its original setting. It's gone now, I believe.
Yeah, it is gone again.
So you can't anymore, haha.
I mean, we were missing like half of the 4D shit. It's some of it there, I think, but most of it was gone by that point. But still,
it was clearly an attraction they were no longer invested in keeping up.
They had put it back out for some sort of Michael Jackson anniversary and just hadn't quite taken it down yet.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got to see it.
My quote was, "Your Highness, my crew and I accept these punishments." "We do?" "Of course we do. He's our captain. Speak for yourself."
And I picked, I'm disguising myself. Who to listen, put it back and let's go. Don't be silly. I gotta have a disguise. It is goofy and weird, and it's beautiful, and I don't know, man. Like, you just kind of have to experience, and you'll either go, yeah, that was kind of cool, or I don't know what the fuck I just watched.
So when people talk about auteur filmmakers, they talk about being able to really see that who the person behind the camera is. Like, if you watch a few Chris Nolan movies, it becomes really easy to tell when you're watching a Chris Nolan movie. I don't know that there are a few Michael Jackson movies to watch, but I feel like once you've seen one, you'll never mistake them for anything else.
There are. You're next year, I believe.
Oh yeah, we're back in the Jason Statham mines, and we're digging up gold. 2008, The Bank Job. Radio's in the bag, binocs as well. There's a bed set at the top floor of this building. Pay for a week. The ladder up will get you to the roof. You're from Liverpool, looking for work. I don't have a Liverpool accent. Then don't talk to anyone, Eddie.
Good advice, Eddie. Was it a good film?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a good heist movie.
I don't like him in a turtleneck with hair.
He likes him in a turtleneck with hair.
Okay.
He does it a lot, actually. Still catching up to you?
Yeah, I'm in December.
Okay, fair enough. I watched Wolves from 2014, another Jason Momoa movie. I like Jasons, I found.
I'm a fan of Lobo here, yes.
Oh yeah, there's a reason I picked this. I love his character design in this movie. He's the bad guy werewolf. This Jason Momoa. He's got a really cool character design, and boy howdy, is that just, man, I wish that's Lobo. There you go. Make him Lobo. Yeah. Cast him as Lobo and put him, not Aquaman. He's good as Aquaman, but come on, guys. There's just, sometimes you look at someone, you know what? If the lady who was casting the MCU was casting the DCEU, he would have been Lobo. Anyway. Oh, great. They're playing that crap now? No, son, we TiVo'd it. Or we had it TiVo'd. In context, very funny.
I think I'd like to watch this one.
It's very fun. Yeah. It's schlocky. It's actually more your flair than mine in terms of action movies. And it's just a good time.
From the screenshot I can tell.
Yep. It's a good time.
All right. Oh, November. I must have posted this a few days later.
You did. Number 33, November 26th, I believe that is Thanksgiving, and I watched it on Thanksgiving, which makes sense. Addams Family Values. I'll be the victim all your life.
And I chose, your work is puerile and underdramatized. You lack any sense of structure, character, and the Aristotelian unities.
This is my childhood Addams Family movie. I've seen this movie countless times. Literally, I've probably seen it as much as I've seen A Christmas Story. My family grew up loving this movie. I love this movie. It just makes me feel nostalgic. And it was the cause of my childhood crush on Christina Ricci, and I'm pretty sure goth chicks.
Let's see. You're still in November, my chieftain.
All right. Let's
Go
see.
away. What the fuck? Thank you.
Patton Oswalt, My Weakness is Strong, 2009. There was something beautiful about that level of skill used for just petty vengeance.
Is it a good stand-up special? The Patton Oswalt special?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It was nothing right. How to put this? If you like anything you've seen Patton Oswalt do, you'll like this. If you find him grating and annoying, don't watch it. It's not going to change your mind.
Okay, is that Brad?
No. Brad is not in any of the pictures of any of my Hunger Games movies.
Do you not like him?
I don't dislike him. He's just got a very weird face.
Cool.
So, number 35, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. I'll say this for you, Katniss. You don't disappoint. Except for here, she's very disappointing. This is a bad movie. This is the worst movie in this series by a fair margin. It is really clear in this movie that this is the back half of a book where the author clearly got tired of writing the book halfway through but couldn't stop because it's making her so much money. It's just the parts she didn't give a shit about chopped off into their own movie. It was a very bad decision.
Wow, yeah, that makes sense as to why that would be a bad film.
Then I watched another stand-up special, Anthony Jeselnik, Thoughts and Prayers. You're going to find out a lot about yourselves in this next one. And boy howdy, that's a true quote. Anthony Jeselnik is a very edgy comedian.
You can tell by his troll face.
Yeah, you can tell. Yeah, it's fair. He's a very edgy comedian. I think he's very funny. He is not for everyone. If what I have said sounds like, I probably don't want to watch that, you're right.
You watched another comedy special, my guy.
I did. I was in the mood for them at the time.
Why not?
John Mulaney. My mouth is...
John Mulaney.
John, I think you'd like it. I like that name. It makes me seem classy. My mouth is just mush today. John Mulaney, The Comeback Kid, 2015. That's the biggest civil rights increase I've seen in my lifetime. The rights of children have gone through the roof. I had no rights when I was a little kid.
No. We really didn't.
Nope.
Okay, you've eclipsed me. For my mother, I watched Minions 2015. The quote I chose was Poochie.
Tell me about Minions. I've never seen it. Or any of its despicable offshoots.
I've never seen any of those. And those were actually the first. But,
Sure. Okay.
I feel like maybe I should. Because, I feel like maybe the rest of it's good. Keep seeing references to it on the internet.
I think it's like
they're
a
funny.
lot of shows and other movies that are garbage in actuality, but make great memes.
I don't hate the Minions anymore.
The Minions do not make great memes.
I used to make something of it. Well, it's not their fault. They're stapled on. They're the new Tweety Bird.
It's just... Do dumbasses just love yellow? Oh, man, that was deep. No, let's move past. Move past. Too deep.
Anyway, I didn't hate this, and they're sweet little Twinkies. they're stupid.
As I understand it, they say the word banana very amusingly.
They like bananas. There's
sure.
a thing. Like, there's context to all the dumb... It's like that stupid wibbly-wobbly Doctor Who phrase.
It makes sense in context, but please stop saying it.
Actually, no. That's actually the worst example I could have picked because it makes less sense in context.
It really does.
But it's like anything annoying you've heard repeated ad nauseum. The cake is a lie.
Yeah, in context, that's not a thing anyone says in the game. It's a thing written on a wall in scrawled crazy font. It's one passing joke in a game full of much funnier jokes. Why did that one become the thing?
Basically, yeah. This movie had heart, and it was interesting, and it was... I like the animation a lot. I like how they did the Queen. But, yeah, it was what it was. It's not high art or anything. Geez, I think I'm at the end of mine.
I watched, no, you have at least one more, my friend.
Yeah, okay, because of the order of operations. I watched A Christmas Story. Randy lay there like a slug. It was his only defense.
God, that's actually a really good movie.
And I'll give you this one, my friend.
Star Wars, The Force Awakens 2015. I saw it on Christmas Day because we have a tradition that we like to do of, God, that's going to be hard to pull off this year. I just made myself sad. Of watching Star Wars movies and eating out with our friends on Christmas Day.
We watch movies. It just has usually happened to be Star Wars. A lucky coincidence. Yeah. Sometimes.
Do I talk first or you talk first? I talk first.
I also watched that movie and chose This Is What We Look Like.
This is what we look like.
Oh, really? That started... Okay.
That started...
Jesus, Christ.
We got more movies. We got more movies, ladies and gentlemen.
That's good, because we got more time to fill, so it all works out, actually. You take the next one.
The day after Star Wars, I watched a Sean Bean movie from 2012 called Clean Skin. It's not about a skincare routine. You're insane. It's in my nature.
What was this movie about?
Essentially, a Black Ops operative trying to do the right thing is done wrong by the people above him. He then goes bug fuck.
Oh. That sounds like it's right up your alley.
So,
got a Sean Bean in there like the cherry on the top. That's exciting.
And at the beginning, I chose that line because it's a really good callback line. Because in the beginning, he's talking and he and the lady who he ultimately betrayed him are talking, and he makes a complaint about, why do you think I'm crazy? And she goes, it's in your nature. So then at the end of the movie, when he has genuinely gone bug fuck and destroyed her whole life, she goes, you're insane. And he goes, it's in my nature. That's just a really good callback line.
I like callback lines. Those are good. We breezed past The Force Awakens.
We've talked that movie to fucking death.
We have. And I'm guessing that we will eventually get to, within this year, 2019.
I feel like let's leave most of the Star Wars talk for when we watch all of the Star Wars movies in order.
And that's kind of what I wanted to portray to the listener, my fellow Christmas trees and robot masters. You watched another comedy special, my guy.
I did, apparently. That's not a good sign.
That's a forgettable face.
Yeah, that's apparently. 40. I'm Brent Morin. I bet he is. The quote I chose was the word father by itself. I don't remember this motherfucker at all.
Plot twist, he's not Brent Morin.
And then this began such a beautiful marathon of starting a movie I watched when I was a little kid, all the way up to seeing the expansion of a very unexpected franchise. Do you want to start or should I?
I'll start because it's been a while, and I have less to say about these films. My 39th movie of 2015 was the 2001 film The Fast and the Furious. Muse, why don't you make us 4 iced cappuccinos, please? The picture I chose was of the CD store owner who was getting held up at gunpoint.
He looks so sad.
He was my favorite character in the movie.
I chose a picture of Paul Walker and Vin Diesel as, Those are the two characters in the movie.
Like a sane person.
And Michelle Rodriguez.
Blocked by a car.
Yep. Actually, I believe that actually is Michelle Rodriguez. No, that's the techie guy.
Oh, okay.
The Fast and the Furious, 2001. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. And I just want to remind everyone, it's a little preview, a little taste for the next podcast. This movie was about stealing DVD players. This movie was about DVD player heists. I need to make that really clear that's what Vin Diesel and the other bad guy drivers were doing in this movie, stealing DVD players and other minor electronics. Just keep that in the back of your head. Just keep it right in the back. Oh God, we still did this. Who boy?
Okay.
Wow, no, we did this. Okay, we got a lot more movies then.
Yeah, we do. We crammed this into the end of December, I guess.
Who boy? All right. 42. Too Fast, Too Furious. By the way, we didn't watch Tokyo Drift. Just spoilers upcoming. Now put your blouse back on, hater. This is good. I like this movie. It's fun. It's more fun than the first one, and it ramps up things a little bit, but they're still just drug dealers. It's just drug dealers, and they ramp a car into a boat. That's the biggest thing that happens. Now let's continue. 43. Fast and Furious, 2009. We skipped Tokyo Drift because I don't give a shit about Tokyo Drift. I remember specifically the other person we lived with wanted to watch all these movies, and I advised them to skip Tokyo Drift. You know I would have won that race if you didn't cheat, right? You hit your head hard.
What are they stealing in this film?
This was Mexican drug dealers, so a little bit of a ramp up. And I believe the climax was a race through an underground tunnel system that was being used to traffic drugs across the border. And like it was a level from a video game where they had to like dodge pylons and outrun the collapsing cave system. But still, you know, it's ramping up, but it's still pretty reasonable.
I gotta say here, let me interject. Pylon's a really cool word. And as much as I don't give a fuck about Battlestar Galactica, good job on Cylons. You're using some really great, syllables.
It's just a good, solid word chunk. Whoo boy! All right, I know you watched this one. Would you like to start?
Sure. I watched my 40th movie, Fast Five, from 2011. The quote I chose was, "I'm hungry." Moving on.
I watched Fast Five also. And this marks a turn in the franchise. Not only because The Rock is here, looking very large and being an antagonist. Not the bad guy, just an antagonist.
I like his goatee in this film. That's good.
Hobbs is a good antagonist until he decides he doesn't want to be anymore.
Sometimes you got a face turn, man. As the Big Show.
Look, he's...
My God, I hope in the Big Show on Netflix that he just like flips out and kills his family at some point.
And then is back to being like a happy-go-lucky guy the next episode. Like, keep with it, keep your bit. We talking or we racing? Just don't cheat this time. You gotta let that go. It actually is like a running through line through the series until one of them dies. So, just so we're clear, DVD players, Floridian drug dealers, Mexican drug cartels, Brazilian cocaine cartels where they tie the entire giant bank safe to the back of two cars and then use it as a giant car-sized flail to fight other cars while they get out of Rio de Janeiro.
The picture I chose was of the bank safe, which was my favorite character.
It is an absurd escalation in the series. Just completely fucking bonkers, and it paints the picture for what's to come. We watched a lot of fucking movies at the end of 2015.
Yeah, it's like we were trying to cram them in or some shit. Nah, y'all just watched a marathon and I had to work and don't care about
these movies.
Furious,
yeah. Let's see here. Furious 6. Who's got a plan B? Plan B? We need plan C, D, E. We need more alphabet. Hey, we do what we do best. We improvise, all right? I don't quite remember this one. I don't remember if this is the one where they fight a plane or the one where they fight a giant nuclear submarine, but it's one of those two. The next one gets even crazier. I love these movies because of their absurd, ridiculous, over-the-top escalation from DVD thieves to just straight-up superheroes. Car-based, like, Power Rangers Turbo superheroes. Oh god, it was fast. I think Furious 6 is the one where Vin Diesel's character, Dom, becomes a street shaman and attacks a man with the road. Like, he becomes a full-on cyberpunk street shaman and fights a dude with road magic. It's astounding. Anyway, the 46th movie I watched in 2015, Furious 7. I used to say I live my life a quarter mile. God damn, tonight I just can't talk.
It's all right. It's why people come to this podcast to listen to us fuck up.
I used to say I live my life a quarter mile at a time. And I think that's the way we were brothers. Because you did too. No matter where you were, whether it's a quarter mile away or halfway across the world, you'll always be me. You'll always be with me, and you'll always be my brother. I love this line because that's not a Dominic Toretto line. That is Vin Diesel talking to Paul Walker. And that's very beautiful. Yeah. Unironically. Now, to put that genuineness to the side for a moment, they fight the Burj Khalifa in this, the building, the giant building. They fight it and they win. It's important to note that they win. And the nuclear sub/airplane, whichever one wasn't in the last movie, is in this one.
What an exciting series of car movies.
It's just, they fight the Burj Khalifa.
I hear he's a good rapper.
Can't top that, go.
I finished out my year with a couple more films, but I didn't want to break up the Fast and Furious series there. I watched a short film on the internet about Vega from Street Fighter. Balrog. That gets into some difficult territory. Look it up. With a terrible cry, the Balrog fell forward. Its shadow plunged down and vanished. Even as it fell, it swung its whip. The thongs curled around the wizard's knees. "Fly, you fools," he cried, and was gone. The name of the film is Matador, 2014. It was interesting. Maybe check it out if you like that kind of shit. Then I watched Kung Fury. Yeah. That's my bicep. I guess I also watched Furious 7. You can't tell someone they love you. This is my quote I chose.
Very mild quote.
I don't care for these films.
Those guys just had a car fight.
They did, and they looked kind of upset at each other. I think maybe this line happened right now. Or I think Vin Diesel said, "I love you."
Or maybe this is where he becomes a street shaman? Because that seems like the street shaman scene right before he does the shamaning.
Who knows? It's off the map for me, man.
Yeah! No, Furious 6 was the airplane. Furious 7, it was where they fought the sub, I think. And he became a street shaman after fighting the Burj Khalifa.
Dom fought the sub? That's...
they all fought the sub in their cars.
Very typical.
But it's just... I need to be clear that I am only a little bit memeing this situation. Only a little.
No, they're ridiculous films, and the long and short of why I do not give a fuck is I do not care about any of these characters.
And why would you?
Why would you? It's one of those things that you got into the vehicle because you like Vin Diesel, or you like Paul Walker, or you like
The Rock.
Ludacris. Whoever it happens to be.
Tay Diggs, maybe.
Yeah. And then you're rooting for their characters who are Vin Diesel, what likes cars, or The Rock, what has a goatee. Whatever.
He does a rock bottom. He does it like a couple times.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
No, he tried not to for a bit.
Yeah.
He tried not to for a bit, and then he was like, nah.
But I just... first of all, I was, pretty young when the first one came out. Again, sheltered. My mom liked the first one.
It's a fine movie.
It is a fine film. It's just nothing I get into, so I can't...
It's so very different from the later.
I cannot meet your enthusiasm. So I feel like I'm the straight man for once in this duo.
There you go.
Yeah.
I believe that was it, yes?
That was it. That was 2015, my guy.
Oh boy, I was really not expecting all that after the Star Wars. I thought we did that in early 2016. I'm a little drained, but it was good. It was fun. But we'll see you guys for the next time we do movie homework.
Or the next podcast we do, whatever that may or may not be.
We'll find out. Everything's better when nerds talk about it.